Hello guys for an open gate. Everything is fine with you. With us everything is okay. So this animal is feeling pain on the right hoof. It's already started to be leaking here.
Okay.
Right here? Yes. Can you feel the smell? Be careful, if you stay too far behind, yeah, a kick could happen. It's an animal that has never been hoofed. So, needs to be very paying attention. Guys, and you saw the animal was limping a lot, feeling a lot pain, and Renato was called to take a look. And the abscess has already started leaving. It's leaking out. And guys, remembering that this animal is an animal that appears to have never been hoofed by its trajectory. Other than that, I also have this risk of taking like a kick, and Renato is getting smart and we are dealing with the care, and the animal can kick us. And well, we needed to bring help to this girl. The abscess has already started to leak. And Renato is cleaning it for us to identify. You can go. Look. She's a mare, and you can see that she's not a tame animal, and she's giving us conditions. That is, she's assimilating that I'm kind of not harming her due to the pain she has with the abscess. You know, she must be wondering now in this moment, like, what's going on, but now it's already leaking out. Little by little it starts to relax, and it starts to coming out a lot. It's right, Renato? And it was leaked right when we started making the video, you know, right at the moment, you know. It is difficult to know for sure, right, Renato, what could have happened to form this abscess in this case. And well, here it's a little difficult, but you know, I'm going to guess that due to this crack on the hoof, it is, you know, you cannot see because it's dirt here due to the liquid, but this small crack in the hoof could have formed a dry abscess, you know, the bacteria, the anaerobic bacteria, and perhaps the animal ended up hurting the hoof, it had inflammation, or perhaps the abscess itself, which is an abscess, you know, dried. It ended up having an inflammatory reaction here in the hoof. And in this case, it ended up finding a place to come out at the bottom. It usually ends up rising up. And the sole that is flat, it is usually, you know, it's a field mare. She has a flat sole and it tightens up so that the cracked part, it ends up getting easier to get out from below. But the animal suffered. This one day the animal suffered. You can see that it's very black in here. It is a very black liquid. And from what I see here, I really imagine that the reaction that occurred is due to the dry abscess, guys. Guys, in this video, you are doing it a little differently. We are, you know, handling the abscess first and then carrying out the trimming. In other words, we're trying to have a good angle and eye meet for you on the issue of the abscess. See that the black part is there. I'm going to massage it a little to help this liquid come out. See, just like I was telling you, I said that I thought it was a dry abscess. See, that is the dry abscess. It came infiltrating the hoof, entering it, and when it catches in, reaches the sensitive part of the hoof itself organizes and understands how an inflammation, like a foreign body, and it becomes inflamed, and ends up reacting like this with the foreign body. And so the body's reaction is to become inflamed in the region. And in this case here, it really was because of a fungus, a bacteria that infiltrated. It's a dry abscess that's out here, an abscess that came out with this whole part, this dark part. There's a lot of dirt here. It ended up getting wet due to the liquid that came out due to inflammation. But it's a very dry abscess. So now we're going to do the hoofing. And guys, this is the issue of the pressure that ends up being placed on the hoof and ends up being very painful for the animal. The animal starts to limp, and there were times when she didn't even put her hoof on the ground because she was feeling it a lot. Renato reduced his pressure in the hoof of the animal, and he starts to realize that it's not so painful. Generally, a matter of 2 or 3 days, the animal will generally be normal, and in these cases. And now we're going to do the trimming part. We did it a little different now here for you. And look here, even a little different. Maybe I would even leave it without hoofing, because maybe this hoof, let's say, it would be like a horseshoe protecting the sole. But there it is cracked, and if I leave this crack, it will get worse. So maybe it could even crack at the top, at the sensitive part. So we're going to do the trimming. And I wouldn't do it. I would prefer to leave it like this. In other occasions, of course. Look, it still comes out. And this is the natural way that happens as the animal has, a lower pressure in here, and in which case the liquid comes out. If you can notice, then while I was, trimming it, it was slowly leaking. Even a little pocket was formed there in the hole. And, this is the intention. That animal walks, and little by little the abscess comes out. This inflammation, as it happens. That's it, guys. Renato's job there is to open the space so that the inflammation can come out and not get stuck inside the hoof, creating pressure and causing pain, forcing the inflammation to go up in the crown of the hoof. And doing this procedure ends up making progress, There is a lot of the treatment and the process of this inflammation, and it's very subcellular, right on the ground, and as the massage is done, the liquid gradually comes out. But it comes out slowly now, because its own weight will help. And I put my hand in here and I started to feel, guys, You see, I'm really passing my hands here, and I'm feeling that the hoof already has a slight ripple here in this region. When I pass my hand on the crown and I press here, when I press it, you will notice that there is a ripple and pressure on the crown in the region here of the abscess, or either when I press it here, it comes out there. Look, it just starts to increase a little more for the liquid to leak. That is, so it was close to come out of the top. So if we wouldn't come out, if it wasn't so shallow, with another 2 days it would end up bursting at the crown. You can see that when I press it here on the crown, the animal feels it. And if I massage it here on the sole, you can see that it comes out there. So well, see, it increases. Well, let's see how it goes, and the medicine will be injected. The injectable anti-inflammatory medicine and antibiotic medicines will be applied to reduce the pain, and well, this abscess will come out, finishing after 2-3 days the animal will walk again. This is the normal to happen, right, Renato? That's it, guys. Let's move on to the next procedures here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope we managed to pass on a little more knowledge to the people watching us, you know. Everyone, stay with God. Until next time, God willing. Our motto is to listen to those who have no voice to be heard.